We closed down for a month to do some remodeling, made it feel more like a tap room feel in here, and then we opened up February 1st. We've been open up for, 9 months now, almost 10 months.
Perfect. Let's double check your mic. Are you turned on? Okay. All right. Wait, I just saw that we had no sound. Are you hearing us now? Little technical difficult. There we go. Sound up. Okay.
Hear me too?
There we go. All right. So a little bit of technical difficulty started out, but here we are. So in case anybody missed that, since our sound was a little bit messed up. So again, how did come in bringing this together?
Yep. So I've been wanting to open up a home or a brewery for years now. I've been a regular here at Crucible for almost the full 10 years that they've been open. And the old owners just wanted out of the industry, wanted to do something different. And my wife and I said, why don't we take advantage of the existing brand, existing establishment? So we took ownership at the beginning of the year, closed down for about a month or so to do some remodels, made the tap room feel over like a bar feel and stuff like that. And we opened up February 1st with the Crucible brand.
Awesome. And then, of course, obviously you're marrying the two companies together. So what are the beers that you're bringing in, and of course the ones that you've left existing from a company that's been here for a decade?
Yeah. Everything you'll see on our tap list that's underneath the Crucible brand is the original recipes. We've improved upon some of them, made some minor changes to them, but they're pretty much the exact same thing that's been around for the entire time. The stuff that's underneath the Unique brand is all brand new, never been brewed before by our new brewer. We have several new things, including the Kolsch, which Bo enjoys a lot. Yep.
That is this one right here. Yep. That is my go-to beer, certainly while I'm setting everything up. So it helps lubricate the brain while I'm doing all the tedious work that sometimes works out.
Yep. And then we have a couple other ones coming out. So we have 2 fresh hop beers right now. It's fall times, fresh hop season. One's a Citra hop hazy, so it's got a lot of juicy, fruity notes to it. And the other one's a West Coast with crush hops, more of a bitterness style to it. We are slowly going to start moving the stuff over from Crucible over to Unique.
Okay.
Modernize it. We've done that once with our Lodge brand.
So is the name ultimately going to change?
Yeah.
It is?
Eventually, the Crucible brand will fade out. We're probably shooting for the end of next year.
Okay.
And then it'll be 100% Unique going forward.
Nice.
Majority of the beers will transfer over to the new brand, get approved upon, modernized, stuff like that. A few of the ones, the less sold, may just drop off and maybe get replaced with a completely new recipe from our brewer.
Nice. Absolutely. And then, of course, you got food trucks that come in. So how do you select those? How do you bring them in? Kind of how does that look?
Yep. We do regular food trucks Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday from 4 to 8. A lot of them are existing. We've had them before. They keep on scheduling it. We're also on Street Food Finder, where they can actually come to us and actually book the spot for us. We have it available, which ones are available for booking, and then which ones are already booked, so they can clearly see what's available. We have a couple other ones that just literally hit us up and say, hey, I know you're having an event on a Saturday or a Sunday. Happened a couple weeks ago, and it says we're new to the industry. We're trying to get our name out there. Do you want to have a food truck today? And we're like, sure. It definitely is more enjoyable to have beer when you have food.
I mean, there is that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And of course, you got a Halloween party coming up, and our buddy Neil is going to have his food truck here. So if you are a barbecue fan, Johnny Slaws will be here. They have fantastic barbecue.
Yep. He's going to have his own little custom horror menu for the show. So
I like it.
He's getting some specialty meats and stuff like that. And we'll actually be doing some kind of theme-based Halloween horror kind of stuff in it. So he'll be here from 4 to 8 next Friday, the 31st. And then we'll have Halloween decorations. We're not going out all day. If you come dressed up, it's 10% off your food bill and 10% off your beer bill too. And dressed up in costume, not just a disgruntled employee or something like that.
I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. So what kind of special beers do you have coming up?
We're kind of going to the dark season, so we'll have a oatmeal milk porter coming out hopefully tomorrow. And then we got another red coming out, ESB red. It's kind of a mix. We're not exactly sure what it's going to look like, so we'll name it accordingly.
I got you.
Then we have our regular Russian Imperial Stout, which is a 10%. Very good for the cold dark
Yep.
days to make the pain go away.
Yep, right. In case you're trying to get hammered with little effort,
Yeah.
get into the 10s.
Yep. We have another really good beer too. It's a Belgian triple. It's 8.5%. We have a lot of people that enjoy it just because it's so easy to drink and you don't really notice that it's 8.5%, which
So
can be good and bad.
that was so when I was still working in my automotive career, that's where I got absolutely wrecked on a beer. Was there was this place that was next door. I worked at Bellevue Cadillac, and there was a place next door. It was called Kay's Beverage House, and so it was they had a ton of different kegs and stuff like that, right? And so a service writer and we went over there, and I did some work for him. So he's like, "Let me buy you a beer," and I'm like, "I'm always down for a beer, right?" So we go over there, and we're like, "Hey, we want something good, right?" And they're like, "Oh, we got the thing, right?" And we were talking. We didn't really inquire further, which we should have. And so they bring this beer out, and they brought us a 22, right? They're like, "We see you guys all the time. Bam, bringing you a big one." Except this was a triple IPA that was 14. It was like 14.8, right? But it was like that. You tasted it, and you're like, "Oh, this
There's
thing's
no-
rad."
Yeah,
like,
there's no alcohol taste to it at all. Yep.
right? So we smashed this thing. I didn't eat like all day, right? So I smashed this beer, 22 ounces of 14 plus, and when we were done, we're like, "Man, like I feel a little bit from this beer." And so then we inquired, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's this." It's like, I feel like there should have been a disclaimer there, because now I need to buy a sandwich. Fortunately, they were a deli, so it might have been on purpose.
Yeah,
but
little good advertisement there. Hey, I got food right next door.
But yeah, so needless to say, I had to eat a sandwich, and we'd like hung out for an hour before we could drive home. And but yeah, some of those triples are smooth. Absolutely.
It's good high alcohol beer. It should not taste like alcohol. And both of our 8.5 and our 10 percenters are definitely nice and easy to drink.
Well, and it's funny because a lot of those don't have that bitter aftertaste, right? So that's usually what kills me for an IPA, right? Is if it's got that real, it always makes me think of that 80s Budweiser commercial, the bitter beer face. Like that is, if I'm tasting that face, I'm out.
You should try our Fresh Hop Citra because it doesn't have really any bitterness to it.
See, I like
all
that.
Citra, stuff like that.
Like if it has the hoppiness without the bitter, I'm in. Right? Like that. Those are great.
And
as soon as it's
some
like
of the old
twist your
recipes, some of the old recipes were that way too. They were definitely over bitter, and that was common back in 2015 through 2020.
I mean, I feel like that's the hipster beer.
Yeah.
Right.
It's changing now. So a lot of the changes we are making, like I said, to modernize the existing recipes are kind of bringing them into trend for both being less bitter on the actual taste of the beer, not the actual flavor or the aroma side of it. Then also just modernizing it for newer hops, more clean hops, more clean flavors and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's I'm always a fan of a new beer, right? It's like, oh yeah, well, it's funny because when you think about it, you're like, okay, we probably explored every flavor ever, but I'll give it a try.
Always try something once, and if you don't enjoy it, you don't need to go back.
100%. 100%.
There's some beers that I don't like. I'm not a fan of lagers, even though two of the top three sellers we have are lager beers here.
Yeah, so it's funny because I tend to go that route. I like some of the other beers, but I know that I'm going to drink a few of them. And so it's like, okay, I'm going to stick with the blondes, the lagers, the Kolsch, Pilsners. Like I'm going to stick on that lower end of the spectrum where it's, 5 to 6, right? Generally, because I know I'm going to drink a few of them, right?
Yep,
if I know that someone else is driving me, then I might be okay. Let me get into some of these IPAs that don't finish terrible. Well, I mean, I don't know about that, but I'm probably not drinking a bunch of those.
We don't have any 14% IPAs, so we good.
Yeah,
we do have. I don't even know what our twice temper. We have a double IPA, and it's an 8. So.
I mean, an 8 will get to you, right? Especially if you're used to drinking blondes and whatever.
It's definitely more of a bitter beer, though, so it's probably something that you won't enjoy.
For sure. Yeah. No, the bitter element definitely knocks me out of the running. That's where I'm just like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. I'll go have Rainier instead.
I mean, I won't go that far,
okay.
right? I think the cheapest route that direction I would go is like a Coors Light,
Okay.
right? Not a Bud Light because they taste gross,
Mm-hmm.
but a Coors Light like I can do, right?
MGD was my go-to.
MGD
Yeah.
was absolute. That was the underage drinking beer
Yep.
for me because you could get an 18 pack for $10.
Yeah. When I used to hang out with
In
my
bottles.
dad. Yeah.
In
When I used to hang out with my dad, and when I was 21, 22, he liked to go to the regular bars and stuff like that. And
Exactly. No bitter beer.
yeah, I was not a fan of most domestic beers, but the one I could always do was MGD.
Yeah, no, MGD was actually underrated, I
Yeah,
think.
it was.
Yeah.
It was really good on draft too. The
Yeah,
few places
no,
you could actually
100%.
find it on draft.
Incredibly difficult to find on
Yes.
draft. Yeah. Yeah, no, that was always funny because like if you, and of course this doesn't apply today because nobody can do it. But back in the day, if you walked into a bar and you act like you own the place, they would serve you,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you just walked in and you're just like, yeah, this is what I want, and you just were in there, and of course, you know, you can't tell from the front, but if you look at the side, I always had dark facial hair, right? So I could go in underage and they'd be like, I don't know, you look real enough, like,
Yep.
and you seem like you're supposed to be here, so whatever. But you know, now even with this, I get carded when I walk in sometimes, and I'm just like, okay, so you guys are just obligated. I got it.
I don't get carded at Mariners games, but I will be doing Movember next month, and I shave off my entire beard.
Oh, okay.
And I have scared both my dog was the first one to get scared from it when I came out of the shower and all clean shaven.
Yeah.
My mom, the first time I did it, she came into town and she looked at me. She's like, "Oh, Eric got a new roommate."
Oh, that's
And,
awesome.
Yeah, my stepdad's like, "No, that's your son," and he just shaved off his beard because I've had this since I don't know, 10 years, 15 years now. So,
I got you.
but yeah, maybe I'll poke my head in November and you can see what I look like.
Yeah.
And then I get carded all the time.
No, that makes sense.
So I look like a 20-year-old.
And that's exactly why my wife is like, every time I randomly do it, and when I do it, it's because I messed up and I gapped it, right? And there's no saving that. You're just like, I have to start over.
Start over from scratch. Yep.
Oh, 100%. And the first thing she's like, yeah, is don't ever do that again. Like, you look like you're 12. I'm not into it. Just don't do
My
it.
wife can't say a whole lot though, because it is for charity. So she can't say.
That's fair.
So I do
That's
for the
fair.
month. I grow out a Fu Manchu, the handlebars for my stepdad who passed away from cancer, and then really December 1st, they starts growing the beard grows right back in.
Nice. Yeah. No, the thing that's funny for me is because it's so dark. If I shave it off in the morning, I have the Homer Simpson ring almost immediately.
Okay, I don't.
Right.
Mine takes a few weeks before it'll start filling in. From
Oh, okay.
the
No.
mustache,
It won't fill in, but I'll immediately get the dark ring,
Okay.
and I'm just like, come on. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, definitely do not have a 5 o'clock shadow. I haven't gotten to that stage in my life yet.
I mean, it's starting to work itself out though, because now it's turning gray. So, I mean, gray doesn't have a shadow.
That is true. I'm getting a little bit of it too.
I don't up top because
You can tell.
there's nothing there.
I'll have to let you grow your hair out one time and see what it looks like.
Weirdly, it's actually not gray.
Okay.
Yeah. No, this is it. I got these 2 stripes right here. Thanks to my wife, I'm pretty sure, because every picture of us together when we first got together wasn't like that. So
I won't comment on that one.
if she's watching, she's gonna be like, "Yeah, no, that's right."
It's all my fault. 100% my fault. It's the reason why I have all the gray.
I mean, that's fair. Like I would imagine most of mine is really my fault, but I'll blame it on her.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. That being said, this is a pick'em show, and we do have to get to that part of it. And of course, our pick'em show is brought to you in part by Bet Us. And if you use the QR code on the screen, you get up to 125% of your first 3 deposits, 10% bet guarantee in case you happen to follow our advice and lose. So there is that element of it. But all of the percentages are brought to you by Bet Us. And of course, there is in-game parlays, all kinds of different options if you are into sports betting. Of course, if you're here in Washington State, you don't get to hang out and do any of that because it's still illegal here.
Unless we go to the casino.
But if you go to the sports book, you can do it, but not through them.
Oh, bad
But
advertising.
literally, if you're everywhere else, Bet us right there, QR code on the screen. You can bet alongside us right here at the Pick'em Show. All right. So let's go ahead and get this underway. We do have a game tonight, which is why we are here. And we actually have a good Thursday night game, which, let's be honest, is not generally the case.
Hasn't happened in primetime much yet this year.
So we have the Vikings at the Chargers. It is 3-3 versus 4-3. Chargers are favored at home, 3 points, which is the standard home field advantage, right? So there's nothing interesting there. 44.5 is the over-under. I do think they get to the over, and they're very balanced. So when you're looking at these two teams, this is one, if I was actually betting money, I wouldn't bet on this game.
It's too close to the match.
It really is. I mean, the Chargers are the better team overall.
Yep.
But they find ways to lose, and some of that is what we've watched this year, and some of this is what we've watched the entirety of the Chargers' existence, right? Anytime they've been good, they find ways to lose when they shouldn't, right? I think back to the Phillip Rivers LT stack team, right? And then they'd lose to the Raiders.
Play down
and
their opponents.
It's just terrible. And then they'd get to the playoffs and they'd lose immediately. So those are the types of things that the Chargers always have been and continue to be. And so I have the Chargers winning this game at home, but it's not a confident pick. And they do have more injuries than the Vikings, but at the end of the day, the biggest injury for the Vikings is their quarterback. They have Carson Wentz starting, which they're actually better with Carson Wentz, honestly. I still don't think the Vikings can get it done on the road here.
Yeah, there's a couple of picks I did this week that actually had to do some in-depth
Some
thought
research.
about. Yeah, and this was one of them. I go with the Chargers too, but it's not a confident pick one bit.
Yeah, no, like if you were thinking about betting pizza money, just order pizza.
Save yourself the trouble of losing.
Right? It just come down to the bar, order a pizza. We'll watch the game together, and hopefully we get the Thursday night pick right. But man, this is one that I feel like really is a coin flip. And then we have the 10 a.m. here on the Pacific side. We have the Dolphins going to the Falcons. I'm taking the Falcons here, even though they disappointed me last week. And I don't know if the Dolphins win another game. They are such a dysfunctional team. Obviously, Tyreek Hill's out for the rest of the year. Wicked knee injury. So, you don't wish that on anybody. But so he's done. Tua came out yesterday and said he didn't hit Waddle enough times because he couldn't see him. I don't know how you do that in a national press conference, but you don't want to say you're too short to play the position in front of the national media. Now, this is on the heels of saying that the player-only meetings people aren't showing up or they're showing up late. He's blaming the leadership, which is funny because it's players only. And when it's players only, it's the guys with the C on the chest, which I'm pretty sure he's one of them, right?
Yeah, should be taking charge of the media.
Yeah. So, just a wildly dysfunctional group in Miami. I'm pretty sure McDaniels is going to get fired by the end of the year. I actually thought he was going to get fired this week.
Sooner than that, yeah.
Right? I have the Falcons here.
Yep, I have the Falcons too.
And
it's an easy pick.
Now, we could get into the math of it for those of you that are betting alongside us here. The Falcons are 7.5-point favorite at home, over under 44.5. I do like the over here. I don't love the spread. And the only reason I say that hook is probably the issue there. I have them as a touchdown win. So that would actually have them have the Dolphins cover because it's 7.5. There's still talent on the Dolphins team. It's just whether or not they're actually going to get anything done.
Yeah, or show up for the game.
Exactly. That being said, the Falcons are the better team across the board. So if they play to their potential, They really should just beat the brakes off the Dolphins. But because the Dolphins do have some speed, even without Tyreek there, there's the potential that they could show up. I don't see the scenario where they win, though.
Might be a less drastic loss by the Dolphins.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards.
It's either going to be a huge loss or a small loss.
I think if it's a huge loss, it's a wrap for McDaniel. Like I think that'll do it.
End of his coaching.
For sure. All right. And then we move into another morning game here. We have the Bears at the Ravens. This is actually going to be a good game. I don't believe in the Bears. Mostly it's a Caleb Williams thing. And the issue I have is the Ravens are a 5.5-point favorite. And for those of you that have been watching along, either this year or in years past, 5.5 is a line that upsets happen. They do have Lamar back.
They use him.
But that 5.5 line does always make me feel like there's a chance. Users' picks are 50-50 here, which that never happens. Now, I have the Ravens at home in a must-win situation because realistically, if they lose any more games, they're done.
Yeah, they're done.
Right? You have Lamar back. I know he's listed as questionable, but there's no way he misses this game, right? They need this game. Over under a 50, I do believe it's going to be the over. I think the Ravens win. Man, that 5.5 worries me.
That's the one I'm going to disagree on. Another one I had to think about too. But I'm going against the trends and actually going for the Bears on this one.
So believe it or not, the Bears are the better offense.
Yes.
Just overall. And the Ravens defense has been terrible. This has been the worst Ravens defense that they've had in a decade. So the opportunity is absolutely there for the Bears to win. If you're looking at it straight from the numbers, they should win. But because of the urgency of this game, I think the Ravens finally step up and pretend like they know how to play football.
We'll see who comes out on this one because I don't agree.
No. And at the end of the day, like this is another game where I would keep my money in my pocket. I would not bet this game.
Apparently, I'm going against all the experts too in here, and every one of them's going for the Ravens.
Ooh, that almost always says the Bears win too, right?
Yeah.
Like if every one of the analysts hits the Ravens, man,
Can't change it. You got what?
I got a couple minutes to change
30 minutes to change it if you want to go over to the other side.
No, and it's funny. I was really glad that I switched one of my picks last week because I switched it like 2 seconds before
Cut off.
Yeah, I was literally sitting in the stands like, ah.
I did not make my picks last week because we went to the Mariners game, same game he went to.
Yep. No, it was funny though because I was sitting there and I was just like, oh yeah, let me double check my picks, and I thought for sure like I was leaning one way, and then I was like, nah, I can't do it.
Whenever you change it, it always seems to go on your backfired. So is that the one time it actually paid
It was
off?
the one time it paid off. Yeah.
Probably won't pay off today. You should just stay with the Ravens.
No. I'm sticking with the Ravens. But no, it was the Rams game.
Oh, okay.
So like I was going against the Rams the whole way, and then I was just like, nah, it's going to be the Rams because it was the overseas game. You know, yeah. Then we have the Bills at the Panthers. Now, the Panthers are interesting. Right. So the Bills are 7-point favorites. Their defense has been terrible. Over under 46.5. I like what I'm seeing out of the Panthers because we're finally seeing some fight. Now, I have the Bills here. Let's not get it twisted. But so we have a Panthers team that I knew this year they were going to look significantly better. Right. Like they finally got some draft picks. They finally started to kind of turn the corner. I didn't think they would be good, but I thought they'd be able to win some games. And of course, they're sitting at 4-3, but I feel like it's a little bit of fool's gold there. And the only reason I say that is they're beating teams that don't have a winning record. So their 4 wins, not a single one of them have a winning record. And yeah, so I don't believe in the Panthers, certainly not against the Bills. I think if they were to somehow pull this game out, I would take them more seriously. But but they're not going to. So,
Yeah, another one I didn't have to think too hard about. Even though the records are pretty even, I'm still going with the Bills on that one too.
yeah, I mean the Bills are funny in the way that their defense does suck, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like they don't have a good defense. The Panthers' defense is actually better in some areas, but the team's not. So I'm going to go with the Panthers catching L. So Sonia, if you're watching, sorry about your team, but it is not going to work out, and this will be your first home loss this year. This one is an easy one to analyze because, wow, the Jets are bad.
Horrible.
The Jets are headed into Cincy. The Bengals are a 6.5-point favorite, over under 44.5. I have the Bengals to win. I have them on the over. I have them to cover. Like everything that is on the Bengals side, I'm taking. And that team looks pretty good with Flacco.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of the games I got wrong last week. And it's funny because I thought the Steelers would be able to get it done. And then after the picks locked, I was like, oh, you know what Flacco does is beat Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what team he's on.
Yeah, he's done it a few times.
Yeah, I mean, he just did it a couple years ago with the Colts, or last year with the Colts. And so, unfortunately, the picks were already locked. There's nothing I could do. And I was like, oh, no, I hope Pittsburgh can pull it off. But
didn't work.
Nope, Flacco.
You were sure not that Rams pick too long. Should have changed both.
I should have changed them both. I mean, I still had a decent week and went 11-4.
Okay.
So it wasn't terrible. But that was one after the fact. I was like, yeah, I should have looked a little further into it. But here we are.
Yep. I had the Bengals on this week too. I mean, easy pick.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, there's some teams that I'm going to pick against all year. It's going to be the Jets, the Saints, the Titans, right? It doesn't matter who's playing them. It could be a Pop Warner team.
Yep.
Wouldn't matter. I'd probably pick against
Dolphins
them anyway.
will probably join in them next week if they don't win.
I feel like the Dolphins are already there.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like they're already there. Basically, if the Dolphins are playing a game, they're probably going to lose unless they're playing the Titans or the Saints.
Okay. So they might get a few more wins. Are they playing them this year?
I haven't
far.
looked at their whole schedule, so I'm not sure. Actually, they probably lose to the Saints, honestly.
Okay.
But they win to the Titans. They win to the Jets because the Jets might legitimately be that third Ofer team where they just don't get a win. They should. They have enough talent to.
But they'll find a way not to.
Exactly.
Yep.
And then this one here, this is the Niners heading into Houston. Texans are a 1-point favorite at home. 86% of people on the Niners here. 42.5 is the over-under. This is such a tough game to pick. The Niners literally have nobody playing, and they keep winning. So I'm going to go with the Niners. I've been wrong on this pick the entire year. I've gotten this one once.
Okay, I'm changing mine real quick.
To the Texans. No, 100%. Yeah, no. So, disclaimer for everybody watching. The Niners is the pick that I've gotten right one time through 7 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So, take this one with a grain of salt. I'm going to pick the Niners to win on the road. Maybe I'm hedging my bet, hoping they lose and I'm the problem. But all they've done is figure out how to win, even with everybody hurt.
Yep.
And they lose Fred Warner for the year, and it hasn't seemed to matter. So I'm going to go with the Niners to win, and I guess hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, me too. Because I'm going for the 49ers to win too. Hopefully we both get that one right.
Right? All right, still in the morning slate. There actually is a big morning slate this time around. And we have the Browns at the Patriots. This matchup is kind of wild to me. The Patriots are a 7-point favorite at home. Over under 40.5. The Patriots have looked good. And the Browns are, well, the Browns.
Jinx.
Exactly. And the Browns are bad at everything, right? Their defense is good. Their offense is terrible. This is a strength against strength kind of thing. I still think the Patriots win, and they're going to somehow move to 6-2 with a team that before the year I thought might have 5 wins.
Yeah. Definitely no one thought they were going to do this good this year.
Not at all. Yeah, I mean, credit to Vrabel. Like, he gets guys to play for him. Because, I mean, when he was with the Titans, even with a terrible roster, those guys would fight. They would, they fire him anyway. And now they look really dumb because they've already fired his replacement. And he's making the land of misfit toys on the verge of 6-2.
Yep. Look excellent.
Absolutely. And they're healthy. So it's pretty impressive. Awesome for Vrabel. I wish he was still with a different team because he's such a guy, such a good dude that you can root for. But I just can't root for the Patriots.
It's so hard to do it. There's a few teams that absolutely will not root for, but even this one's a pretty easy pick.
No. Like, if you're doing it from an analyst standpoint, Patriots win all day. If you're doing it from your heart, you're like, man, I hope they lose.
Yeah.
Them and the Cowboys.
I'm going to go watch another game. Yeah. Like, I'm good. Don't even want to go to this one. Free tickets? Nope, I'm good.
Yeah, that would be a tough one to go to, I think. Yeah. I mean, if they paid for my airfare to get out to New England.
And everything while I was there.
Yeah, like, I'd do that.
Free hotel, free food.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't eat cheap. I enjoy my good beers. So it's going to get pricey for them to.
For sure.
You want to go watch the.
For sure.
Browns
And I'd want to be
Patriots
there like an extra day or two so I could explore.
Week.
Yeah.
Week.
Yeah.
You can do your show from there.
100%.
Yeah, take all your equipment with you. That'd be good. We can both fly out too. They got to fly me out too for Thursday, and then we can do the pick and show together on Thursday.
See, I like it.
Let's get on that. I don't know who's paying for it, but
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. All right. So the final game in the morning slot, and this is the Giants and the Eagles. The Giants are playing some inspired ball now that they have the Dart and Scatterboo, which is
should help.
Yeah, like at least they're interesting now. The Eagles are 5-2, but a ugly 5-2, right? Like, they found ways to win, but they have not played complete games. In fact, 3 weeks ago they had a second half where they didn't have offensive yardage passing for a half.
Not good.
You have Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. You can't get a positive yard in the air. Like, that's wild to me. So I feel like this game's probably going to be a little closer than it should be. Eagles are a 7.5 over under 44. I do think it hits the over. 7.5. I don't know if I'd take that. I might actually take the Giants to cover. Obviously I have the Eagles winning outright. Like, let's not get crazy. But could it be within 7? It could.
I don't think it will.
It could. It shouldn't be.
No.
Based on talent, it shouldn't be. But weirdly, as bad as the Eagles have played, there's a good chance that it's a field goal kind of game. Eagles still win, but if you were doing the spread, I would stay away from it. Also, it's a divisional game, so the spread is always a little bit sketchy anyway.
It's a good thing I can't bet here because I want to be able to bet on that one.
Yeah, no, again, that's another one of those keep that pizza money in your pocket. All right, so then we have the afternoon games. This is going to be a bloodbath. Buccaneers going into New Orleans. 98% of America on the Bucks. I am following that trend.
I'm surprised there's 2% that are voting for the Saints.
Well, it's family members.
Saints, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The players.
You're 100%. The thing that's wild to me is the Bucks are only a 4-point favorite.
Yeah, that's weird.
And all I can figure is it's because Evans is hurt and he's done for the year. And they've already lost their other 2 receivers. So that's probably some of it. I'm curious, though, because the Titans released Tyler Lockett.
Pick him up.
They'd get him for nothing.
I'd rather have him come back to the Seahawks, but okay.
I don't know where it really fits in with our current receiving core, but it would make sense for the Bucks, right? Because who are they throwing to?
No one.
They're throwing to a popcorn vendor in a jersey.
Water
so 100%. So yeah, I think in this scenario, I would probably. I'm still taking the Bucks because the Saints are so bad, but if they haven't given Tyler Lockett a call, I don't know what they're doing.
Done for the season, apparently.
Well, so then is he retiring?
If he's going to retire, though, wanting to come back to the Seahawks.
Well, he'd probably come back and
For a
do
day.
like a 1 day.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because he asked for the release and they granted it to him.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, he's free to do whatever he wants. So if he wanted to retire, he could. But a team that could use him,
Mm-hmm.
and they definitely need a possession guy, which is what he is, right? Like he can get open. And of course, we watch him do it for years here, where he goes straight to the ground. As a fan, you're like, "What are you doing?"
Mm-hmm.
But
Playing safe, but protecting the ball, and he'll catch it all the time.
And he was always available,
Yep.
right? Like he was very rarely missing games. So, you can appreciate it, but at the same time, you're like, I feel like you could probably
Use him for the rest of the season. He could come back and retire here next year on a 1-day contract.
honestly, that's the way that, like, if I was their front office, I would be giving him a call
Mm-hmm.
because, I mean, at this point, you just don't have anybody on the roster. So, that being said, even with no one on the roster, I still like them better than the Saints,
Even at home.
even at home. Yeah, they literally could be anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then we have the Cowboys at the Broncos. And this is my game of the week. So if you are watching along, you are aware that my game of the week is brought to you by True Fusion Gym. Free 5-day pass at any of the 3 locations if you use the QR code on the screen. Pilates Bootcamp, Yoga Bar, and more. Find your edge at True Fusion Gym. And of course, that is the game of the week for me, just because this one is very interesting. The Broncos defense is really good, right? The Cowboys offense is
Really good.
the best in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So you are going strength versus strength.
Who's going to break?
What's that?
Who's going to break?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the Dallas offense has been amazing. First overall, second in scoring, only second to the Colts. But then when you're looking at the defensive end, they are worst at everything. And the offense isn't amazing for the Broncos, but they score.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you have the 30th in points, 32nd overall, I feel like they're going to be able to move the ball just fine.
Mm-hmm.
And the defense for the Broncos is great. They are a top 5 defense overall, 4th when it comes to scoring. So, I mean, this one I feel like really could be a battle, even though, the defense and the offense square up well. And then on the other side, they both aren't
Suck.
good.
Yeah, they both suck. So how bad is it going to be on the other side?
Yeah, and this is honestly why I think the Broncos win. So both of them are relatively healthy. The Cowboys do have more injuries, but none of them are super crazy. Overshown does come back this week. Diggs is questionable, but let's be honest, he's been a non-factor anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They might actually be better without him. So yeah, I mean, I like the Broncos here, but oops. Clicked out of it a little too soon. 3.5 is probably about right. I think this is a field goal kind of game. So I would take the Cowboys to cover because of the hook, but I got the Broncos winning outright.
Yeah, I'm with the Broncos on this one too.
And 73% of America agree with us. So
It's another one of those experts, so they're split evenly on that one.
Really?
Yeah, 4-4.
Okay. Well, that means Broncos are going to win.
Yeah. Or we got a lot of Cowboy fans here.
Well, and that's the problem with a lot of the analysts is a lot of them used to be Cowboys.
Okay.
So there's always some bias
They're
there.
always going to pick their team.
Absolutely. This game is about to be a rout. This, again, is in the afternoon slate. I would stay away from this line, though.
Geez, 14.5.
Yeah, anytime it's a double-digit line, I don't love it. So that being said, this is the Colts at home versus the Titans. They are a 14.5-point favorite. 47.5 is the line here. I did pick them. Yeah, exactly. Pick Houston. That is accurate. Yep. But yeah, so it's this is probably the easiest game to pick as far as the money line. I would also not bet the money line. They are a minus 14.29. That money line is ridiculous. Now you might throw $5 at the plus 850.
And lose it.
I mean, you're going to lose it, but at the random shot that you win it, your bar tab's paid.
That is true. Yeah, for free.
So, you know, plus it'd be wild.
Yeah.
I mean, that would dominate the headlines the next morning. But 47.5, as bad as the Titans are, the Colts might almost do that on their own. This is the best scoring team in the league. And, I mean, they're averaging, 33 points a game? So you'd pair that with the 28th worst score defense? That makes me think they're probably going to put some up.
I mean, they get 13 points a game, the Titans.
Yeah, which is dead last. So, you know, that's awesome. Everybody's on the Colts. I don't feel like there's any jinx going to happen here. The Titans are just terrible. And, you know, they even had their quarterback come out and be like, we ass. And he's not right. There was 0 lies told. They go and fire their coach. They go against the hottest offense in the league, which is weird to say with Daniel Jones at the helm. But
It's been a few years since you said that about the Colts.
like a lot of them. Yeah. Yeah, even when Andrew Luck was there, we did.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so Colts easily. All right. And then this is another good game right here. So we got the Packers at the Steelers. Packers are 4-1-1. Steelers are 4-2. Really a pretty good split here. So you have 58% on the Packers on the road. Steelers are a 3-point underdog. 45.5 is the over-under. I actually like the Steelers here at home.
Nope. I'm going with Packers on this one.
All right.
Which is another hard thing to say.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, the Packers are the better team across the board. And when it comes to defense, their defense against passing, the Steelers, is the worst in the league, and that's because their secondary really isn't very good. I just think there might be a little extra juice for Aaron Rodgers to beat the Packers. I know he came out in a presser and was like, oh, there's no animosity and whatever. And yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you say.
Exactly.
No, that's not the case.
100%. Like, there's not a guy that holds more grudges than that dude in the NFL. So I like the Steelers to upset right here. Not that it's a huge upset, right? 3 points is really nothing. But Steelers at home, I think they sneak this one out.
It'll be the one we'll disagree with, and we'll see which one comes out on the winner.
Hey, you know what? You got to claw back in, right? So you got to hope I'm wrong.
I'm going for 100% this week. Got to make up for last week.
All right, and then of course we have Monday Night Football. We have the Commanders at the Chiefs. This game is not going to be great. Chiefs are a 12.5-point favorite. I'm not a double-digit line guy. So I don't love I wouldn't take them to win that. In fact, let's double check and see if Jaden Daniels is even available. Because that really never mind. You know what? They're about to get beat up. Jaden Daniels is out. So I take that back.
Yeah,
I'll take the line.
Yeah, any hopes they had is pretty much gone with him out.
Yeah, and of course, you also have Rashee Rice back. You know, he's got a game under his belt, so he's back to full speed. Yeah, this is about to be an ugly game for the Commanders. I think the Commanders might actually be done for the year. Over under a 48. I'll take the over here. I'll take the Chiefs and the points. And as much as I don't like a double-digit line, no Jaden Daniels, that offense doesn't go. So.
Yep, I'm on the Chiefs on this one too.
Man. Yeah. That division, they messed up. You know, they had the Chiefs on the ropes to start the year. They had Rashee Rice out for 6 weeks.
Questions if they're going to have 3 losses in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And then, of course, you know, you had the Broncos and the Chargers with the opportunity to really just hammer them, and they just couldn't pull it off. KC's going to mess around, win that division again. Not a big fan. If you're playing along with us, again, be sure to get your picks locked in. Otherwise, you get a fat zero, and it does make it a little bit harder.
I'm speaking from experience on that one.
If you are also playing along, be sure to get your tiebreaker in because that can make the difference in any given week, especially when it comes to tiebreakers at the end of the year. Sometimes that will make the difference. So just one thing to keep in mind, be sure to get that locked in as well. But yeah, so that does get us through our picks. If you are picking with me, I have the Chargers tonight, the Falcons, Ravens, Bills, Bengals, Niners, Patriots, Eagles, Bucks, Broncos, Colts, Steelers, and Chiefs. There's only 13 picks this week, so if you can get into the double digits, it means you had a good one.
That's what I'm shooting for. No Seahawks game this week, so.
No Hawks and no Cards.
Wow.
And yeah,
Two of them gone.
yeah, neither one of you guys get a root for your own team this
Yeah,
week.
I know. My wife will be mad, even though she's not watching football. She might know. She might start doing it now with the Mariners out.
Well, I mean, what else are you going to watch?
Nothing.
I mean, I'm not looking forward to the, the World Series. The World Series is,
Boring.
yeah, I just feel like I already know what's going to happen, right? Like it's going to be a back-to-back win because they spent a lot of money. And I will say this, though, as much as people are mad about it, I don't know why they're acting like it's a new thing, right?
Spend money, you get a good team, you get the World Series. I mean,
we watched the Yankees do it
for years.
And then they got a bunch of rings, and it's like, well, yeah, you bought an all-star team,
Yep.
right?
But then now they're paying for it now because they can't get much of a team. You can't afford much of a team.
It's weird the way they've fallen off because it's not like they have
They
any
don't have a bad
contract
team.
issues.
Yeah, and they don't have a
Yeah.
bad team.
They just don't have a team that can finish. Like that's probably the biggest concern. What is my season record? I don't have that stat offhand, but I am sitting second overall currently. So that's where I'm at, Jay. As far as my win and loss total, I'll have to get back to you on that. But yeah, so, and the pinball game's behind us. That is because we are broadcasting live from Unique Brewing. And of course, we got the owner right here. So if you have any questions, go ahead and drop those in the comments as well.
Yep, we got 6 pinball machines back here, though. Total Annihilation seems to be broken all the time. I don't know what's wrong with it.
There's always one.
Yeah.
There's always one that can never stay healthy.
Last time I heard it was giving away free games, so, accidentally turn it on, you might get a free game out of it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the goal, right? Like this show is brought to you by a betting app. And of course, we want to make sure that you win some money. So I try not to give you bad advice. Solidly ignore any Niner pick that I make this year, apparently. But yeah.
And you forgot to give me advice last week to actually lock in my picks.
Well, I mean, we were at a game.
We were.
So
I have an alarm on my phone now that makes sure that I pick my games by noon on Thursdays. So I'll be good for the rest of the season.
Perfect. And again, you can win by missing a week. You just have to be good.
Yeah, go 11 for 11, 13 for 13 this week. I can do that.
That would certainly help. Yeah. It's funny. I've won this twice. I came in third last year. I have never had a perfect week one time. So
I'm shooting for the first one, which means I'll have 2 wins over you.
Well, the thing that's funny is a lot of people have. I just never have.
Yeah, I think the most I've had was like 12. I won one week. Let's see overall.
67 total wins. I'll take that. Through week 7, like that's not terrible. That means that I'm, that's probably around 70%, right? Like that's not a terrible win percentage when you're picking every game. I'll take that.
Yeah, my last good week was week 2.
Yeah, I think last week was actually my best week with 11. My week before it, I did not have 2 upsets on Monday. I didn't have that in my bingo.
Week 5 was your bad one. 5 picks.
Yeah, I think everybody was bad that week though, because the that was where every underdog won.
Yeah, no team that should have won.
Yeah. And there's always one of those. And so that's where, when you look at it, you're like, okay, well, if you pick some and everybody misses, right? That's where you're just like, oh, okay, like that's the week that I can make up some ground. But you do have to get a little bit aggressive with some of the underdogs. Except for Denver. Oh, well, I mean, that makes sense because you're a Cowboys fan, so I get it. Thanks for tuning in from Italy, though, because it's got to be super late there, man. It's got to be, midnight? Midnight for you there, Joe? So appreciate you tuning in. But yeah, so that's where we are pick-wise. Hopefully we can get that. Oh, it's 2 in the morning. Oh, that's right. You're in Sicily, so you got that extra couple of time zones. So yeah, no, it's way to stay up super late.
That's some dedication there. I will be long asleep by 2 a.m. here.
I will also, but that's also because I wake up at 4 every day.
No.
And so if I go to bed at 2, 4 is early.
I wake up at 5 every morning and then can't fall back asleep. So I'm up. Don't have to start work till 7:30, but
I got you.
2 hours worth of just sitting there counting the ceiling.
Well, and see, that's where I run into the problem is when I wake up at 4, because I haven't set an alarm in, 25 years. But when I wake up, I'm up. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, why?
Yep. The one time you want to sleep in and you can't sleep in because you wake up at 4 o'clock, no matter what.
Oh, yeah. By vacation, different time zones, doesn't matter. Yeah, no, it's the worst. That being said, that does get us to the end of the show here. If you've been playing along, especially if you're playing with us, be sure to lock those in. You do not want a 0. It is hard to win, especially if you get more than once. Last year's winner, which is my wife, she missed 2 weeks. The odds of her winning is 0.
And she still won. Wow.
Yeah.
It's good chances then. I like my odds now. Thanks.
Yeah. No, it's, anything can happen. There's probably, I think of the entire field, there is almost half that have missed a week already. So that's why I say it is very possible to win, especially if I have weeks like week 2 where I sucked.
We just need you to miss a week on picking.
So the odds are low. The thing I do now is as soon as they open on Tuesday, I put them in. And then if I have to adjust them accordingly, I will.
You at least have something in by Tuesday.
But I'm not going to have a 0.
I'll start doing that. I can change my alarm to 2 o'clock or noon on Tuesday instead of noon on Thursday.
Honestly, that is the way to go, is to do it then, because then if anything changes, you can switch your pick. But if you get busy,
you still have
they're
something.
in.
Yep.
So, you are in first. So, that is the way to go. Good night, Joe. Thanks for tuning in. 2 a.m. dedication. I love it. Also, thanks for tuning in, Jay. We are going to get out of here and get ready for Thursday Night Football, drink some beer. And if you are in the Pacific Northwest, be sure to come down here. We are on Everett Mall Way. Again, Crucible Brewing. Just put it into Google Maps. Come out, watch the game. Otherwise, we're going to get out of here. We'll see you all next week. Thank you, everybody.
Later, guys.